Thank you so much for joining the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Guru Vada, all glories to Guru Maharaj, all glories to assembled devotee. This is Mohini Lakshmi from Detroit.
Hare Krishna, Mohini Lakshmi Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much for joining the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept our humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. This is Dinabandhu Guru Das and Lalita Devi Dasi from Sandy Ridge. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Dinabandhu Prabhuji and Lalita Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much for joining the call, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, it's Radha Damodas and Atma Maya from Austin, Texas. Please accept our humble obeisances. All goes to Guru Maharaj, all goes to Srila Prabhupada, all goes to all the assembled devotees. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Radha Damodar Prabhuji and Atma Maya Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much for joining the call, Prabhuji and Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Lakshmi Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All gurus to Srila Prabhupada and all gurus to Guru Maharaj. This is Vrinda from Baltimore.
Hare Krishna, Vrinda Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much for joining the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Lakshmi Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and all the assembled.
Any more introductions? Right, so welcome to Bhakti Sangha Japa conference call. We are extremely fortunate to have His Holiness Bhakti Purushottam Swami Maharaj here with us today. And Prabhuji will be enlightening us by walking us through Srimad Bhagavatham 4.29.4 onwards. But before we jump into this nectarine class today, I would request Bala Prabhu to just give a small introduction about His Holiness. So, Bala Prabhu, over to you. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Hare Krishna Mataji, do you see Maharaj join?
I don't think so.
I don't see Mataji.
Yeah, I don't see.
Yeah. Okay. No, Mataji, we don't see him. I think Mataji is calling.
Yeah, Mataji, Maharaj is saying he will join shortly and someone can start Radha Madhav. So, I don't know who can start.
Mataji, now
Somebody would like to volunteer to do Radha Madhav?
Mataji, when we will do introduction, Mataji, now or later?
We can do late. I don't know.
We should wait for Maharaj to join?
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah. So, anybody would like to volunteer for Jai Radha Madhav?
Yeah, if Shamala Gopika Mataji is there, she's anybody else also. She's
Yep. Anybody, any devotee?
Shama Rupini Mataji, Shamala Gopika Mataji.
Vrinda Mataji is there?
Yeah, Vrinda Mataji will be there, Mataji. Always stand.
Mataji.
Yes, Mataji, I'm there. Shall I start, Mataji?
Yeah.
Okay. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Everyone will repeat, or I'll just sing, Mataji.
Kunja Bihari.
Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari.
Jaya Kunja Bihari.
Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari.
Jaya
Gopi Jana
Girivaradhari.
Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana
Yashodanandana
Vrajajana
Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari.
Radha Madhava
Kunja
Bihari.
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari.
Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari.
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Mataji.
Krishna is not even. What is this?
Start introduction, Mataji.
Okay.
Maharaj joined.
Oh, Maharaj has joined.
I see him.
Yeah. So we can start introduction.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, it is my pleasure to introduce today's speaker, His Holiness Bhakti Purushottam Swami Maharaj. Maharaj was born in Jagannath Puri in the year 1957. He became associated with ISKCON while on his second year in college. He joined the ISKCON in 1978 and was initiated by His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj the following year during the Gaurav Purnima festival in Sri Mayapur. From then on, he served in various capacities, first as Sankirtan leader in Kolkata, then on the board preaching party in Mayapur. Starting in 1983, he served for 4 years as temple president in Bhubaneswar. In 1987, he returned to Mayapur to become the general manager. Under his supervision, the Gita Correspondence Course Program, college preaching, and book distribution were developed. At present, Maharaj is serving in Mayapur as co-director and one of the GBC members. His GBC zonal assignments include Eastern India, Bangladesh, Korea, and Nepal. He is co-GBC and co-zonal secretary for North and South Korea, India, Arunachal Pradesh, Mayapur, and West Bengal, including Puri, Northern and Western Odisha, Bangladesh, Bihar, Jharkhand, Nepal, Sikkim, Assam, Andaman and Nicobar Islands, Bhutan, Meghalaya, and Tripura. He has also written many books like The Pastimes of Lord Jagannath, The Glories and Pastimes of Srimati Radharani, Sri Kshetra Parikrama, Navadvipa Parikrama, The Final Call Death, Damodar, and some Bengali books for students. If you need more info, visit the official website of His Holiness Bhakti Purushottam Swami Maharaj. The website is facebook.com/bps.iskon. Hare Krishna Maharaj, please take over the call. Thank you so much.
Shall I start class?
Yes, Maharaj.
So in this verse, Canto 4, chapter 29, text 4.
Yes, Maharaj.
Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanasalakaya Chakshurun Militam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manabhishtam Sthapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Sopadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Sri Jutapadakammalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Tam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Visakha Nitangsha Vancha Kalpataruvascha Kripa Sindhu Bhaivacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namaha Namavam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamine iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunnavadi Paschata Disatarini Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Shri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Narayanam Namaskritam Narang Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tada Jayamudare Makam Karati Vachalang Pangulang Haitagiriং Jatkipat Maham Bande Paramananda Madhavam Shri Guru Dinataranam Shri Chaitanya. Tissue paper, water, cloth. Om Namah Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namah Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namah Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Jada Jinkrakshana Purushaha Karasna Jena Prakritir Gunahan Navadvaram Juhasthangri Tatra Anuman Tatra Manut Sadhuiti. The translation of this verse: when the living entity wants to enjoy the modes of material nature in the totality, he prefers, out of many bodily forms, to accept that body which has 9 gates, 2 hands and 2 legs. Thus he prefers to become a human being or a demigod, purport. This is very nice explanation of how the spiritual being, part and parcel of Krishna, God, accepts a material body by virtue of his own desires, accepting 2 hands, 2 legs, and so on. The living entity fully enjoys the modes of material nature. Lord Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Ichha Dvesha Samuthena Dvanda Mohena Bharata Sarabhutani Samah Sarge Janti Parantapa. Ocean of Bharata, Arjun, O conqueror of the foe. All living entities are born into delusion, overcome by the dualities of desire and hate. Originally, the living entity is a spiritual being, but when he actually desires to enjoy this material world, he comes down. Originally, the living entity is a spiritual being, but when he actually desires to enjoy this material world, he comes down. From this verse, we can understand that the living entity first accepts a body that is human in form, but gradually due to degraded activities he falls into lower forms of life, into the animal, plant and aquatic forms. By the gradual process of evolution, the living entity again attains the body of a human being and is given another chance to get out of the process of transmigration. If he again misses his chance in the human form to understand his position, he is again placed in the cycle of birth and death in various types of bodies. The desire of the living entity to come into material world is not very difficult to understand. Although one may be born in a family of Aryans, where there is restrictions against meat eating, intoxication, gambling, and illicit sex, still one may want to enjoy these forbidden things. There is always someone who wants to go out to a prostitute or illicit sex or to a hotel with meat and drink wine. There is always someone who wants to gamble, nightclubs, or enjoy so-called sports. All these propensities are already within the hearts of the living entities. But some living entities stop to enjoy their abominable activities and consequently fall down to a degraded platform. The more one desires a degraded life within his heart, the more he falls down to occupy different forms of abominable existence. This is the process of transmigration and evolution. A particular type of animal may have a strong tendency to enjoy one kind of sense enjoyment, but in human form, one can enjoy all the senses. The human form has the facility to utilize all the senses for sense gratification. Unless one is properly trained, he becomes a victim of the modes of material nature, as confirmed by Bhagavad Gita, chapter 7, text 27. Prakriti kriyamanani gunai karmai sarvasaha. Prakriti kriyamanani gunai karmani sarvasaha. Ahankar vimudhatma kartahang itmanyate. The bewildered spirit soul, under the influence of 3 modes of material nature, thinks himself the doer of activities that are in actuality carried out by the nature. As soon as one desires to enjoy his senses, he puts himself under the control of material energy and automatically or mechanically is placed into the cycle of birth and death in various life forms. कयटा समय 5 to 6 5. So Prabhupada is saying this is a very nice explanation of how the spiritual being, the part and parcel of Krishna God, accepts a material body by virtue of his own desires. So this gives the answer to a very complicated question. Always we come across this question that how living entity came to this material world. We are enjoying that so nicely. There is no Maya. Many kinds of these questions arises. We don't get any straightforward answer to this. But as Prabhupada said, because there is so much difference of opinions, whether we came from spiritual world, from where no one should fall down, one argument, if we are all with Krishna enjoying, how can we develop desire to come to this material world? Even spiritual world, how we come in contact with Maya. So many questions are there which puts devotees deprived of clear answer to this question, how living entity came from spiritual world to the material world. And Prabhupada very expertly writing here, into spiritual world, he is saying how the spiritual being, part and parcel of Krishna, God, accepts a material body. It's another side also. How spiritual being accepts the material body. So Prabhupada is saying, when we say, when did we left spiritual world? Why we left spiritual world? How we left spiritual world? So many questions. Prabhupada is saying that when there is fire in the house, we should not try when fire started, how fire started, why fire started. No, we should try how to extinguish fire as our first business. Same way, instead of getting into how we came, why we came, when we came here, we should focus how we get out of this. Even if we don't have a clear-cut answer to when we came, how we came, why we came here, but we have clear-cut answer that we are all suffering here. There is no dispute that we have to go through birth, death, old age, disease, and we are all afflicted by tritapakles, three kinds of miseries. So first business should be that how we get out of this material world. So originally the living entity, the spiritual being, but when he actually desires to enjoy this material world, he comes down. Prabhupada said. The living, the spiritual being, but when he desires, that has been stated that Krishna bhuli jaiji Bhagavan chakare. He desires to enjoy separately from Krishna. Living entity, being part and parcel of Krishna, always has a desire to derive some pleasure. Krishna is Anandam Brahma, is made up of bliss. Anandamaya Vyasa. The living entity being part and parcel of Krishna, also always needs Ananda. The only difference is being energy of Krishna is supposed to be enjoyed. Is Sevak, not Sebya. Is servant. When he is situated in his constitutional position as servant, that is one enjoyment, that is constitutional enjoyment where he derives pleasure from. As soon as he wants to take position of to enjoy, Sebya bhav, the mood trying to enjoy. So as soon as he gets into this incompatible desires develop within his heart, that he thinks my enjoyment is that I should be served. So that makes him to come to this material world. Krishna bhuli jeji bhagavancha kare nikotastha mayatare jhapatiya dhare. When he forgets Krishna and develops desires for enjoyment, enjoyment has to be there, pleasure has to be there, because he is part and parcel of Ananda Brahma. So living it always has to have some pleasure, bliss, Ananda. The only question is the Ananda which is derived by serving or being served. Two things. The Ananda by serving, Ananda by being served. The constitutional position of living entity, that he can derive pleasure by serving, not by receiving service, not by being served. So when living entity is situated in its constitutional position, Swadharma, in the Swadharma, and the Swadharma is love, to love. Prabhupada saying, the dharma, different dharma, Hindu, Muslim, Christian, Yahudi, Buddha, they are not the real dharma, they are the religion. Religion is faith. Dharma word has been translated in English as religion, but that is not exact translation of dharma. But we say Sanatana Dharma, the eternal dharma. That does not refer to religion. Prabhupada saying religion is a faith. Today I am Christian, tomorrow one can become Hindu. Today Hindu, tomorrow they become Muslim. Faith is changing. Sanatana Dharma. Sanatana is eternal. The eternal propensity, but eternal nature, the constitutional nature of the living entity never changes. What is that nature which never changes? Irrespective of your Hindu, Muslim, Christian, Yahudi, poor, rich, that nature is to love. Love your parents, love your children, love your wife, love your relatives, love your country. That nature, nobody can separate from the living entities. It is only a matter of where to put that love. We are putting that love to Krishna. Now isapatasya viparjaya asmritaha. Now we have turned our face from Krishna. But we still we have a habit of loving someone. So when Krishna is not there, then we try to derive pleasure by loving our family members, our relatives, our country, nation, like that. And so the desire of the living entity to come into the material world is not very difficult to understand per person. For us, it's very difficult to understand. Why the living entity develops this kind of desires? Prabhupada saying it is not very difficult to understand. He's giving example. People are saying, we are so happy we are there. Why you come to this material world? If somebody is situated in very good environment, happy, then why he comes to suffer? The point is that is the nature of the living entity. So to enjoy something else. Just like here in Mayapur, I see what scarcity is here. Nice place to stay, nice food to eat, always full of sense gratification, hearing, chanting, nice things hearing, nice thing eating, all senses are gratified. There is nothing lacking here. But still I have seen since last 45 years I'm in Mayapur, so many thousands of people have joined and have left this place. Many of them are suffering. I see those brahmacharis got grihastha, now they can eat good food, so many problems. But they cannot stay here. Why? It's like that. Like that. Even if we are very happily, we are in spiritual realm, some other people living in as a curiosity. Now let me enjoy that. Or he has a tendency to lord over the material nature that can arise anytime. Point is, we don't have that clear instances. We know living entities coming from spiritual world as associates of Krishna to perform pastimes. The pure devotees coming here to deliver conditioned living entities like us, liberated souls. But we know that the description of Bhagavad Gita, the two kinds of living entities, one is Kshara, another is Akshara. Akshara means they never fall down. The Nitya Mukta. And Kshara means they fall down. The propensity. The propensity always is there. That's why we are marginal potency. There we have facilities, can develop propensity of going this side or other side. So we are belongs to that category of living entities. There are three kinds of living entities. Muktajiv, Baddhajiv, and Bandhana Muktajiv. Muktajiv, they are in spiritual world, liberated souls. And Baddhajiv, we are here, conditioned soul. Bandhana Mukta, those they will get liberated from this conditioned soul and go back to spiritual world. And we are all belongs to marginal potency. Marginal potency. That is our situation. But there are other kinds of living beings. They are not belong to marginal potency. They are from Swarup Shakti. They are Nitya Siddha Parsada. The Nitya Siddha Parsada, okay, of Supreme Personality of Godhead. So it is there. Somewhere I saw little different things. Okay, I don't understand. Also, originally the living, okay, from this. I don't see. There's one sentence here, little bit different. I could not follow how it could be. If I come across, I'll read it. The Prabhupada saying that this verse, according to this verse, the human life has one head, two legs, two hands, the best machine for enjoying everything. As we know, each different animals or creatures have different kinds of ability, like our five senses. The fish tongue is very strong. Tongue is very strong. The moths, insects, eyes are very strong. Then elephants, their touch sensation is very strong. Like these different creatures, a specific indriya sense is very strong, very active. And we have heard that how one specific indriya is very active, that causes the destruction of that entity, like fish. One sense very active tongue, because of that he gets killed. Elephant also, only touch sensation very active, and then that because of that killed. And deers, I think their hearing senses are very prominent. That makes him to be killed. But human being, all his five senses are very active. Then how can he protect human beings? All five senses are very active. So in this way, human life, by saying when you come from, apparently looks like that, when living entity first come to this material world, it's a human body, according to proper description. Then in that human body, whatever mistakes we do, then we degrade ourselves. Then through evolutionary process, again we come to human body, we get another chance to practice Krishna consciousness. It looks like Krishna sent us to this material world, not becoming angry upon us. It did not become angry upon us. I have heard somewhere, when living entity wants to get out of spiritual world, I from Krishna counsels them, tells them, don't go, stay with me. Some drama or something like that. But living is very stubborn. No, please let me go, let me go. Then Prabhupada is saying, his friend of the living entity. So one friend is obligated to desire to fulfill the desire of other friend. So Krishna feels obligated. Okay, my friend is saying to go. He tells me, don't go there. Then living entity come to this material world. But even if a living entity come to this material world, is adverse to Krishna, but Krishna is not adverse to living entity. The understanding is not like that. Krishna is saying, oh, you don't serve me, get out, suffer there. I don't like you. That doesn't happen to Krishna. So Krishna is just like a very loving father. He loves his children, but some of his children's sons, they are very adamant. They don't listen to parents, father, mother. Then they get our own activities. Father is very worried. Father invests so much money behind him. So father is not antagonistic towards the son or adverse. So Krishna is never adverse to the living entity. Even if the living entity become adverse to Krishna, living entity may turn away his face from Krishna. Krishna is always keeping eye on the living entities. Krishna sent living into this material world, but there is sufficient things in this material world to have a happy, comfortable life. Krishna provided so much water, so much air, so much sunlight, so much fruits, flowers. We came to a good place, apparently, but we made it bad. Living entity has a nature to exploit, lording over the material nature. That is what this place is. Prakriti sthani karsati. Always living entities are struggling for existence. They're trying to lord over the material nature. This way, they bring imbalance in the nature, and which causes them to suffer. There are many reasons what causes them to suffer. But the only thing is, because of avidya, they cannot understand, and they're going through sufferings. So Prabhupada saying the past living entity comes, they develop a body like human being. Sometimes I heard, because living entity falls from the spiritual world, they're very powerful, they're not ordinary. Spiritual sparks, they become Brahma in some position like that. Then like this, then somebody told like that, but I don't understand. The Brahma, end of his life, supposed to go back to spiritual world, then how he degraded. But we have heard also the Brahma, Indra, they degrade themselves also. So like this, that always there is a risk that one will fall down from the spiritual realm to this material platform. So one has to be very, very careful. The more one desires a degraded life within the heart, the more he falls down to occupy different forms of abominable existence. Different forms are there. Human body, animal body, reptiles body, tree body, stone body also. Stone also living. I heard somewhere the stones they walk, stones they grow, stones they give birth also to another stone. Very interesting topic. I saw the whole video on that. So this also depends upon what we're degrading. The spiritual become degraded means what degraded? The consciousness is degrading. What consciousness is? Losing reduced consciousness, losing consciousness. How you understand? A living entity is degraded. Spirit soul is conscious. It's not only conscious, it's fully conscious. It's Krishna conscious. So how its consciousness degrades? Srila Bhakti Thakur has explained. Bhagavad Gita Krishna also has explained about how the consciousness, the whole degrading coming to the material platform is consciousness degraded. 5 stages of consciousness. Avrita Chetana are covering consciousness. Then Sankuchita Chetana, contracted consciousness. Mukulita Chetana, budding consciousness. And higher than is Vikasita Chetana, manifested consciousness. Higher than that is Purna Vikasita Chetana, fully manifested consciousness. The living entity, the spirit souls are there in trees. But consciousness is a symptom of spirit soul. We don't see any symptom. We cut the tree, doesn't react. Stone, mountain, there is living and spirit soul is there, but we don't get any reactions. They have no sensation. Then how can we understand spirit soul is there? Yes, spirit soul is there, but consciousness is there, unmanifested, is covered consciousness, abrita chetana, achhadita chetana. So why living entity come to that state of life? By saying because when the tendency of too much sense gratification increases within the living entity, then they end up becoming a tree. That's what happened to them. Completely lose their consciousness. Lose means they don't lose their consciousness, but completely gets covered. Through evolutionary process, from tree they become animal. Their consciousness is sankuchita. They understand something, but very limited understanding. Limited consciousness has opened up. Their consciousness is limited to eating, mating, sleeping, and defending, not beyond that. Their body consciousness, mukulita chetana, human being supposed to have, who is inquisitive beyond eating, mating, sleeping, defending. And their inquisitiveness is Brahma Jigyasa. Who am I? Why am I suffering? What will happen to me after my death? When somebody comes to that platform, then is regarded as human being. Otherwise, he is the person, two-legged animals. It looks like one head, two hands, two legs, but still he comes to human form. When he becomes inquisitive, Brahma Jigyasa. So after this inquisitiveness, then he practices Krishna consciousness, a spiritual life, because it's a Chetana, manifested consciousness. Then become fully Krishna conscious, ready to go back to Godhead, fully manifested consciousness. That is known as what? That is known as Purna Vikasita Chetana. So there is always tendency within the living entities to enjoy. You are part and parcel of Krishna. So Krishna is Anandam Brahma. Is made up of rasa, rasavaisaha. So this is very interesting concept Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has introduced. Unlike Shankaracharya, his point is we are all Brahma and we are trapped with Maya, so you have become Jiva. Become free from Maya, then again you become Brahma. Sarvamidam Khalu Brahma. The Brahma has transformed as the influence of Maya. Brahma has transformed by influence of Maya and he has become Bhagavan. Sattva-guna. The Sattva-guna become Bhagavan. Brahma influenced by Maya and Rajaguna becomes living entities. And Brahma becomes influenced by Tamaguna, becomes dull matter. Brahma Vivarta. Vivartanvad describes like that. So in this way, one has to understand that how prakriti kramanai gunai karmani sarvasa ahankar vimuratma kartahang iti manyate. So we become victim of the modes of material nature in this material world, which gives us a feeling, sensation that we are enjoying. And if any time we suffer, next moment the avidya makes us to forget that we are suffering. The Mahamaya has two components. One is Prakhyapaatmika, another is Avaranatmika Maya. Prakhyapaatmika Maya and Avaranatmika Maya. So as soon as the living entity develops a desire to enjoy separately from Krishna, then immediately Maya catches, Chapati Adhare, and throw to this material existence. Called Prakhyapaatmika. Prakhyap means to throw. It separates us from Krishna. Prakhyapa, throw into this material existence. But interestingly, we are thrown into this material world with so much suffering. If we would remember, we could recognize our suffering, immediately run back to spiritual world. But unfortunately, there's another component of Mahamaya works upon us called Avranatmika Maya that covers our intelligence, that avidya, ignorance, that covers our intelligence. We do not understand that we are suffering. So that is the very interesting part. How Maya is always giving kick on our face, but we feel, oh, so nice kick, so nice kick. We can't leave this place. All we know we are suffering here, but still we do not want to get out of this place. In spite of so much sufferings, we love this material world. That is because of avidya, this avaranatmika shakti. The avaranika shakti does not make us understand our sufferings. That so clearly, even if we suffer, sometimes immediately forget. And again, we want to enjoy under the spell of misconception. I am the enjoyer. I am the doer. So many mechanisms works behind this. Krishna has described all these things. This is called vidya, knowledge. But people are deprived of this knowledge. They're just engrossed, acquiring so much material qualifications, knowledge, very proud that we know so many things. They don't know anything. Once we read Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatham, then we'll understand how people are ignorant. Hardly any idea what is the life. How to speak of, they have no idea what is the life. They have no idea about what is the matter also. But they, due to ignorance, they feel they know everything. I had one zoology professor. He was doing some research on a leech. So after doing few years of research, he got doctorate, PhD, he did PhD, big certificate. So that time we were students, we were very proud of our professor or PhD, so big, but thing is like a demigod. Later, after becoming devotee, has meditating, contemplating on it. What this person did in God's creation, leech is nothing, a small creature. And that also, the whole life is spent for researching on leech, and the whole leech also did not understand. It's one part of leech's body. That's it. And the whole human life he wasted understanding that much. But by Prabhupada's mercy, we have come in contact with the teachings of Srimad Bhagavatam. Even if many things are not clear to us, how anything can be clear to us? How can we understand Bhagavan? How can we understand about his creation? We all have our limitations. The sky is unlimited. The bird, the sky, limit of sky for a bird is according to his power, how much high he can fly. Sky is that big for that person. For us, like that, Bhagavan is unlimited. We can never perfectly understand him. But we can surrender to him. Actually, who can understand Bhagavan fully? Brahma tried to understand Bhagavan. For 100 celestial years, he went through severe austerities. Then Brahma said, oh, after so long time, I understood Bhagavan. And Bhagavan came in front of him. And Bhagavan said, Brahma, you have understood me? Yes, Prabhuji, after so long tapasya, I could understand you. Then Bhagavan asked, what have you understood about me? Brahma said, after 100 years celestial years austerity, I have understood that I can never understand you. That is my understanding. That's why I simply surrender unto you. So it's like this Parahasi Brahma has forehead. He's first creator of this material world. Pitama Brahma with forehead, he speaks like this. We have only one head. And that head also doesn't work properly. And so much defects on that head. What we can understand? But something, some glimpse of glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, we can perceive at least little bit. That is sufficient to come to a conclusion. I just surrender to him. The purpose of going through all the scriptures, all this knowledge is meant to be bewildered, so that we surrender. 2 minutes. So that we surrender to him. Oh, he's too complicated to understand. I just surrender. This simple. Somewhere I read in scripture, some Purana, saying in Kalichug, people will be so bewildered. The scripture will bewilder them. Scripture will bewilder them. That's why they'll drop everything and simply take the path of chanting the holy name. Okay. Could you please elaborate on Nitya Baddha, Sadhana Siddha, and Nitya Siddha? Are Nitya Baddha is eternally conditioned and never become liberated? My understanding is we are Baddha from time immemorial, but if you become sadhana, then you become sadhana siddhi, sadhana siddha. That's why I said the three kinds of living entity described in Chaitanya Charitamrita, teachings of Lord Chaitanya: Baddha jiva, mukta jiva, bandhana mukta jiva. Bandhana mukta jiva means what it refers to. It refers to the living entities, they're baddha, but they got liberation. Then they become mukta. For our understanding, you see, the point is all the spiritual subject matter, we try to understand within the limit of time and space. But spiritual world is beyond time and space. We always ask when we came down, but there is no time in the spiritual world. There is no, how can we say when? No. And our size is different there. We have the story of fourth dimension, 3 dimensions in material world. There are many things very difficult for us to comprehend if we really want to understand this to the bottom, because we have our limited intelligence, limited perception, limited understanding. On top of we are in the different world, so where we always start to understand things through the measurement of time and space. So this Nitya word very difficult to understand. The Nitya itself is very difficult to understand. Spiritual world, there is no time. Material world, we have this time factors are there. And then see, point is, I have heard we are Baddha, but when we become to identify, we call Bandhana Mukta Ji, but as soon as we enter there, we become eternal liberated. There is no time, influence of time. Once we enter spiritual world, they can't say, oh, he kept spiritual 1 year before, 10 years before. That will not exist there. That everything eternal there. So it's very difficult to comprehend things like this. But concept has been given: Baddha, Bandhana Mukta, Nitya Mukta. And there is another sadhana. There is also Nitya Siddha Parsada. Parsadas are also very special categories there. So that way, Nitya Siddha word is used, Nitya Baddha, what is used? We have to understand. We have been conditioned for long time. But if you want, you can go back to Godhead also. Sometimes in our sadhana, we find slight deviations. For example, we are very eager and wish to hear from great Vaishnavas. Then sometimes either our japa or reading delayed. Yeah, that is part of sadhana bhakti. There is no problem with that. Sadhana bhakti, we are not so elevated. Anybody speaks Krishna Katha will be attracted. We are not so elevated. Anybody sings Hare Krishna Mahamantra will be attracted. Because we are diseased now. We like Hare Krishna Mahamantra chanted by nice melodiously with good music, then we get attracted. Deities, you get attracted nicely dressed. Speakers, we see now some good devotee speaking, how nicely speaking, get attracted. But when once we our Krishna consciousness develop, prasad also something nicely cooked, we like prasad. So that's what when we develop in our Krishna consciousness, deity whether nicely dressed or not, look very nice to us. Krishna Katha, anybody speaking Krishna Katha will enjoy out of it. Holy name, anybody chanting will enjoy out of it. But this platform, because we are diseased, Vishwanath Chakravarti has described in Madhurya Kadambini about this taste, ruchi, vastu vaishishta apekhine ruchi, vastu vaishishta anapekhine ruchi. Two kinds of tastes. We do like that. For example, sometimes in our sadhana, we find slight deviations. For example, we are very eager. I don't know why you are saying this deviation. We are very eager and wish to hear from great Vaishnavas. Why this will be deviations? I don't understand. That is good. But if you are asking question with the sense I replied previously, why don't you like to listen Harinam from everybody? Why don't you listen to like to Harikatha anybody speaking? So that is the answer I said. Because you are diseased. A healthy people, whatever food do you offer in front of him, you just eat, no problem, very hungry. But diseased people, they'll choose, oh, this is good, that is bad, like that. That's we cannot understand. And sometimes either our japa or reading delayed. Yes, and the sadhana bhakti is like that. We have nishtita bhakti and anishtita bhakti. Anishtita level, we face all these kinds of obstacles. Practicing Krishna consciousness means we find obstacles and through practice we overcome these obstacles. So that is sadhana. What is sadhana means? There is no obstacles. Then what is sadhana for us? All these obstacles will come. Then by practicing, by doing sadhana means practice. Sadhana means practice. It's like bodybuilder. He can do lift weight 5 kilos, very heavy. But after some time, light. Then 10 kilo, then 20 kilo. It's like that. Sadhana bhakti is like that. And gradually progress in sadhana bhakti, the burden of material world reduces. Then we are more able to face problems, material life, and gradually overcome to another level. We promote another level, then some problems, then we overcome. Okay, this is sadhana bhakti, to practice sadhana bhakti and overcome the barriers in our progress. Okay, so I'll end here my class. Thank you so much. Not find that showing you know, where is that? Can you check here? Okay, here. There is sentence here, you can see on the purport. I am little bewildered also. I'm pointing out, you can check whether Maybe my English is not so good, I don't understand properly. All these propensities are already within the hearts of the living entities. But some living entities stop to enjoy these abominable activities and consequently fall down to a degraded platform. This sentence I could not understand. If some living entities, they stop to enjoy abominable activities, then how consequently fall down to a degraded platform? So the audience can check it whether I'm not understanding English properly or subject matter or there is some mistakes. I don't know. I don't understand myself. All the propensities are already within the hearts of the living entities, but some living entities stop to enjoy these abominable activities and consequently fall down to a degraded platform. I leave it up to all of you to understand it by your own intelligence. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. That's the Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. I think Maharaj has gone.
He joined, Mataji.
Okay.
Yeah, I did see him.
Yeah. Hare Krishna Maharaj. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Maharaj, for coming on the call and giving your valuable time and association. Please give your association again, Maharaj. This is Shama Gauri from Charlotte.
Thank you so much for giving me opportunity to discuss some Bhagavad Gita.
Thank you so
nice
much,
devotees.
Maharaj. Very nice to hear a nectarian class from you early morning. Thank you so much.
Nectarian or poison, I don't know what I speak, I don't understand also. Whatever I have heard. So, because we have to hear it, we have to repeat it so that we'll verify that's all. What is that? We don't know.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Okay, then I take it.
Yeah, thank you.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, this is Jai Gaur Sundar Das. Please accept my obeisance.
How are you? You reached
Okay.
safely America.
Yes, I have been here a long
Nice.
time. Thank you very much for your all your help.
I was wondering to hear from you. How was your journey?
Okay. Thank you very much. So it was nice class.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you. So nice to see you. You are healthy. Thank you so much. Haribol.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
This is Pradyumna.
Haribol. Hare Krishna.
Haribol. Haribol. Hare Krishna Maharaj.
This is Pradyumna.
Pradyumna from Baltimore. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Hare Krishna. Lakshmi Mataji, can you end the call?
Maharaj is gone?
Yeah, I think so. You just end the call.
All right. So Maharaj is already gone, but thank you everybody for joining us today, and thanks to Maharaji as well for giving his valuable association today to us. We would like to wrap up the call now. Vancha kaltarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya evacha patitanam pavnebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Granth Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, His Holiness Bhakti Purushottam Maharaj ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.